All right, should be going fine. What's up, everybody on the streams? We're streaming to the YouTube, Stoic Temple, Facebook's, Instagram account, MC Base One. We're on TikTok. I need more devices because I got like 3 TikTok accounts now, 2 Instagrams, and that's just what it is. So, welcome. I just wanted to voice about last night, about what's coming up with IMC Nation, living here at headquarters. Now, what was formerly called Base One, now it's called headquarters. Give you guys reality on what's happening and answer any questions or comments or what have you, whatever you got going on. So I'm Yogi Chris. If you don't know me, I live with AZD. A lot of these accounts are built around AZD, like Facebook Brotherhood of the Wolf, May the Frame Be With You. Like that's owned by AZD. So if you don't know that, like that's what this is. And who is AZD? That's the bald Persian guy with all the tattoos, top player in the world that we know of. I mean, there are guys that get lots of girls, Dan Bazillions and whatever, but I mean, obviously they're throwing millions of dollars at these like house parties. The women are loose, and it's just not a real moral representation of what you would want your daughters to be brought up as. Like, so it's very separated. It's that it is what it is. I only know what I know from a distance, and that's my observations and perceptions. As I've gotten closer to AZD, with AZD, now living with AZD for almost 4 years, it's realer and realer and realer as you zoom in on the life. Like the game is, it's a real thing, like what we saw last night at the Taboo House Party. You had a bunch of models. Some of them are cam models. Some of them are just fashion models or whatever. 6 or 7 models. And a bunch of guys brought their dates too. So that's interesting because we had like 3 or 4 fine women in the audience that were just casual watching what's going on. There was some dating kind of scenarios around like the dinner table, like dining situation. I wouldn't call it a dinner table. There was the taboo section that was in lingerie, and of course AZD there feeding questions, analyzing, and man, there's so much bringing the audience in, public opinion, getting not really like a vote or whatever, but really getting the opinions of people outside of the people conversing. And you don't know this if you're gaming. I mean, many of you, I don't know where you're at with the game or whatever. I see Calipack on, like, so Calipack understands that when you're in game one-on-one talking to a girl, you get away with a lot. It's not that she necessarily lets you get away with it. It's just she doesn't call you out. She doesn't understand. You get away with a lot when you're isolated, when you're just one-on-one with a girl. When you're gaming a girl, which is to say, you're talking to her in the early stages of this courtship process, where you're strangers, you're getting to know each other, but it's like, what do you say? How do you connect? And there's all the basic shit of like, what do you do? Where were you born? Where are you from? What are your interests? Like, that's boring. Like, if you can unpack those a little bit, like, where are you from? I'm from Oklahoma. It's like, do you miss Oklahoma? Do you still have family there? Like, you could get a little deeper on it and make it more interesting. But those early stages, going from strangers to being attracted to each other, getting comfortable with each other, and then starting to get seductive with each other, where you're like, no problem holding hands, maybe kissing, maybe hugging, maybe being close to each other, proximity, like just so familiar and comfortable with each other. How do you do that with a stranger in like an hour, in half an hour, in 5 minutes, in 5 hours? Like, that's the game, gaming. So when you're gaming a new individual right in front of your friends, never mind the cameras, never mind that there's bright lights and people walking around with cameras up in your face, dude, your inauthenticity gets loud. It would be like you play an acoustic guitar and you can get away with a lot of accidental strokes and little unnecessary noises and things. But if you plug into an amplifier and make it really loud, every little error will be so loud to everybody. Even if it mostly sounds good, every little error takes away from the overall song. If you play a great song, phenomenal song, 95% correct, but you make these 5% errors, it takes away like 50% of the effect. Little errors take away a big effect. It's the same way when you're gaming a girl in front of your friends, in front of cameras, a live streaming audience. And so inauthenticities or insincerities or fakeness or whatever, that gets called out. That's part of the learning experience of the Taboo Party last night. Very interesting. A lot of understanding. And then when you go back to your daily lives, like I'm about to hang out with my girl or, any little interactions that you may have, you become so much more aware of inauthenticity. And it's not that you're calling people out. It's that you can bring authenticity to an interaction just by recognizing that it's not being authentic. because you'll recognize the inauthenticity in you. And that's where your effects start to accumulate, where you start to have really profound effects in any environment or venue. If you're there for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, like your authenticity will come out, and things will hurt your authenticity, like, you know, the beauty of women or high value men or a lot of pressure, like the cameras being on you or whatever. And so you get to practice. It's like weight training. It would be like you're running with weights. When you take off the weights, you're going to be so springy. You're going to be able to jump 10 feet. So when you're gaming with cameras on you and guys' attention, your friends' attention on you or whatever, when that's not there, your authenticity will be through the roof. You take everybody by storm. That's the exercise of it. That's why the move to Vegas. That's why IMC came to Vegas. That's why we're hosting these model parties in Vegas. It is reality, but we're also giving reality to the world. We're distributing our game to the world in a controlled way so that it's not we're going around, you know, sneakily recording girls and with the mics on us, and, you know, it's just sneaky. You know what I'm saying? Like, the girls know that they're getting paid, they're models, but they don't know what's in store for them. They don't know the reality they don't know how deep the authenticity will go when a strong man is making eye contact with you and is talking sincerely from his heart and his gut and his balls and his brain, and he's not trying to impress you, and he's surrounded by all his friends that are strong, they make money, they're dressed well, smell good, like know how to talk, know how to conduct themselves around each other. It's a whole world that the girl is like, what the fuck? Like, she's not been around a bunch of alpha males like that. Her closest reference is like music videos where they're all like pouring liquor out. She thinks that's alpha. That's not. She misunderstands so much. And I am really gaining an appreciation for the depth and the thickness and what it really takes for a person to evolve their communication and change your communication, because you'll change all your outcomes in life. You'll change your relationships. You'll change your conflict resolutions. You'll change your money, your sales. Like, it's communication skills, and your mindset going into the communication affects your sound and the words you choose and all of that. Primarily, this art is state management, just like Jordan Belfort, but it's sales related to seduction, related to pickup, related to courtship. That state of mind and state management is essential for long-term relationships, for women of beauty. If you're not throwing drugs and money at them and a whole bunch of flash, a whole bunch of resources, which works in the short term, but again, those women you won't keep for the long term unless you have communication skills, state management. She's going to do all sorts of toxic things. Women are toxic, dude. Men are toxic too. But to get the women, you have to be exceptional. You can't just be better than other guys. You got to be so much better than other guys that it's just like you're a pharaoh and they're the slaves. You don't have to treat them like slaves. You probably shouldn't, because you'll lose your... That's a misconception. I mean, you can be a king, an emperor, a pharaoh, or whatever by tyrannically, but you're going to lose your power because the masses are more powerful than you. Like, you can't control 100 people just with your own arms, but you can control them with your words. You can control them in such a way that you gain their agreement, and then any 1, 2, or 3, or 4, or 5 people that are against you, you have a whole army against them, not just you against them. That's how AZD does the game. That's how the taboo party is. So you got 3 or 4 beautiful women in the audience that aren't even participating. Then when one of the girls that's hired starts getting tense or faking it because she's there to be paid, she's hired. And so she thinks she's supposed to impress or be a certain way so that she gets paid. She's going to get paid either way. She knows it's a reality show, but she forgets in the moment. Just like the guy forgets in the moment to be authentic with the girl because he thinks, well, I got to say this to impress her, to DHV, demonstrate my higher value to her. Man, when you're in the way that we do our ecosystem, you can't fake the DHV. Like, you might have some gambit about how your girlfriend is friends with the Playboy model and you were just at this party and is kissing, cheating, and whatever the fuck your DHV story is. My niece, blah, blah, blah. This girl I was dating was being chased by guys. I told my boys, let's go. Like, you might have some DHV story, but it's so inauthentic that at the highest levels, we smell it, we sniff it, we hear it, we know. And the girl may not know you're being inauthentic. She just feels it. And we show it time and time again at the party. So if you guys knew about the party and you didn't attend, it was only $97, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't know what you're doing with your life, learning game. You may not be learning game, but I don't know what you're doing with your life. Girls, you're fucking lost. Guys, I don't know what you're doing with your life if you're not learning game. Bro, you're in school. Why? To get a job. Why? To make money. Why? To get a girl. You're playing sports. Why? To get the glory. Why? So that you get the girl. You're playing music. Why? So that you get the girl. You're doing drugs. Why? So you get the girl. I don't care what you're doing as a man. You're going to the gym. Why? So you look good. Why? So that you can train people or so that you can compete or whatever. Why? So you can get the girl. You're fighting. Why? So that you feel tough. Why? So that you can hold yourself down around other men. Why? So that you get the girl. What are you doing as a man if it's not to get the girl at the end? Learn game. That doesn't mean you don't stop fighting, you don't stop making money, you don't stop selling, you don't stop training. Like, you still do all that stuff. But don't be lying to yourself because you're just wasting your life. Like, man. And it's my job to help evolve you on that because let's be real. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you're going to have totally different ideas about life. Get the man, Bruno. I don't know. Are you gay? Or, I don't know. I don't deal with homosexual game. That's, you do what you got to do. For the woman to get the man, I don't think you're a man, right? Because you're Bruno. Yes, Bruno, yes. Get the man. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Where was I? What are you guys doing? So just take, so your opinions are going to change 5 years from now. Men, center yourselves. Yeah, but then you got to learn game, dude, because any of that advice, center yourself, then what? To get women. You're centering yourself to be at peace with yourself. Okay, then what? Now you're at peace with yourself. What? Now I just live. Okay, then what? Like, living means what? You got to eat. So then how are you going to eat? Okay, you're going to beg. Are you going to work to pay for it? Are you going to borrow? Okay, then what? Now you're eating. Now you're working. You're sleeping. You're shitting. Now what? You're centered. Okay, now what? You're going to want a girl at some point. Probably multiple women. The better you get with women, the more you want more women because it's available to you. The guys that are like, I don't want multiple women, you don't even have one woman. I get it. You got to expand your imagination, man. And maybe you don't deserve it. Literally, it's 1% of the population. You have to be an exceptional man. I was exceptional in certain things. I was terrible with women. Terrible. So bad. I was exceptional. Not that I was exceptional at wrestling. I became exceptional at wrestling. That was like the first thing I became. It's one of the first things I became exceptional at. I was actually an exceptional Boy Scout. I was a pretty good soccer player. I don't think I was an exceptional soccer player. I was pretty good. I became exceptional at wrestling. But I have qualities in me that made me exceptional. Yes, I had parent support. Yes, I was around a nurturing community that helped me do that, of course. But there were lots of guys in my community and lots of guys with supportive parents. Why didn't they become exceptional at it? There's something about me. But I was not exceptional at game. That's why I'm getting better at game, because I have qualities that make me persist, that make my ego transparent so that I can receive corrections. I can improve. I can change myself. I can get tattoos. I can, it was a big deal the first time when I got a palm tattoo. It was before my neck tattoos because I was a PhD student in university. And when I got a palm tattoo, a PhD of engineering, I knew that this was going to make it very difficult for me to join the world of engineering, like professionally. I knew it, unless I'd be a consultant, but nobody starts as a consultant. You got to work and then you become a consultant. I forgot why I was bringing that up. Anyway, so what we're doing here is just profound. We got 10, 15 minutes of testimonies from the females last night, the models. And when you hear what they say, dude, it was so profound. They haven't had experiences like this. The guys in person, it's become kind of common because we're around AZD all the time. But man, it's still the way he calls out inauthenticities. Everybody learns because of his awareness. He'll hear that you're not talking about the same thing she's talking about. She said one thing and you're responding to her, but you're responding to your own mind. You're not responding to what she said. That's where guys lack in dating. That's why guys can't get multiple women. One woman will let you get away with it because she'll control you. She sees a future of controlling your money, of controlling your sperm, your balls, of just controlling you. And it's worth it to her. But as soon as the second woman enters the picture, she sees that she doesn't have control and she'll throw a whole bunch of chaos at it. And that's when you'll be tempted to lie to her or let her go, or she'll break up with you, or you'll just your life will become turmoil because you'll have to be appeasing this girl while you're trying to get that girl. It's because you haven't been authentic throughout. And that authenticity, I mean, I can name it and call it out, whatever, and maybe you improve on that. That's why people join the daily class with AZD. It's only $97, 30 classes a month or whatever, 26 classes a month, plus hundreds of recordings. Like, you just change your life when you hear the sound of authenticity. When you hear him interact with the audience, the guys that are, it's only guys. And then you hear some of those things like, you're not being authentic, dude. What do you think about, he'll ask Calipac, what do you think about Yogi, what he said? Jeremiah, what do you think about Yogi, what he said? Zotis, what do you think about Yogi, what he said? Okay, Chris, what do you think about what all those guys said about what you said? And the reality, because guys are in their head, they're all isolated, living their solo lives, living by themselves or living alone with housemates, but not really interacting with them. Not honest, not transparent. They don't tell the parents they're trying to learn game. They don't tell their girls that they're talking to other girls. They don't tell the new girls that they have a girlfriend. They're just lying. They have a bunch of compartmentalized lives all in one. They're split. We in IMC Nation at the higher levels, we also have split personalities, but we're not lying about it. This person knows I have other personalities, but this is my personality for you because it's fulfilling. Because this is the way that I get along with you. Because I'm not being dishonest with myself to be this way with you. I'm this way because I want to be this way with you. It makes my life so much more enriching and fulfilling. Then when I'm with you, I'm a little bit different. What's an example? When I'm around AZD, I'm a little bit different personality than when I'm with my girl. When I'm with my parents, I'm different than when I'm with the other girl. Like, everybody's different. When I'm with my friends, when I'm with my yoga students, and they should know it. And nobody's getting lied to. I think we're all kind of like that. Yeah. Is this a girl? 2, 3, 4. I guess you're a girl. Right on. What are we all like? We're all like that. I don't remember what I said that you said that for. Okay, guys. So I only have 15 minutes before my girl gets here, so I'll go about 5 more minutes on stream. You know, brush your teeth, make yourself smell good, tidy up just a little bit so it looks like you care. You know what I mean? Like, show a little effort, plus respond to a bunch of messages. So, Taboo Party just happened. It's $400 now for the recording. Sorry if you didn't get it. You should have gotten it. We promoted it. Should have seen it. If you didn't see it on the newsletter, you should join the newsletter. Nikki, you should be on my yoga class if you're a girl. Pretty girl like you, if you're a girl. I say that because, man, guys put girl pictures on their profiles all the time. Guy, you should be on my yoga class too. We got something for everybody because we're a whole community. We're basically a nation, IMC Nation, where we do business with each other. Where our party last night, the models we hired through a model agency that we scouted. We found the models. They're hired through us. We didn't go to an outside model agency and say, hey, give us 3 girls. We found 6 models. We found more than that, but we hired 6 models. The catering was done internally by our own chef and his girlfriend. The house is owned by us. The equipment, the recording equipment, owned by us. The staff that was recording, our guys. The people that cut up the clips, that distribute the episodes, that sell the episodes, us. The MC, AZD, that's us. It was completely internal. We are our own economy. And the episode demonstrates and teaches the evolution of mankind, the evolution of relationships, how to communicate and make individuals comfortable, how to correct yourself and become authentic, and some of the most deep and taboo conversations that you should be having in all of your relationships that you're not having. Most of them you're not having. You're not dialoguing in these ways with people that you like. And if you did, you should. You'll become so close, you'll immediately, bro. If I didn't live with AZD, if I didn't live in Las Vegas, but I had the skills I had now, I would separate myself so fast from every guy that a girl has interacted with. Because here I don't go out of my way. We pass 50 girls a night when we walk through the casino. I'm not approaching them. If they walk past me, I may, but I'm with a group. Bro, this is so special. We step aside so much to give space to our brothers. If I was a lone wolf out there, I wouldn't step aside for guys. I would just be harvesting so many numbers. I know because when 7, 8 years ago, I was harvesting numbers easily when I was doing that game. Easily. I'm so much better now, so much richer. so much more confident, so much of a better fighter. I don't understand so much more about networking with powerful guys. I'm a much better pickup artist, even though I'm not a pickup artist. I'm more of a lifestyle artist. I'm a conversational artist. I've learned some things about pickup and I still am fascinated by it. I love pickup. I think it's one of the most useful skill sets for mankind. No shame on that. I think 99% of guys who teach pickup are cheese balls. Pathetic. Just they are only useful in that they attract men to the community that will become our clients when they see the real deal, IMC Nation. That's the end of their utility. But the subject to pickup is such a righteous subject for humankind on this planet. But I'm not a pickup artist like that because I don't emphasize the pickup phase of courtship like that. I'm a conversationalist. I'm a social artist. I'm a social artist. How to bridge the gaps between people that we're all living in our own heads, walking past each other, not even saying hello. And when we say hello, it's fake. It's not a genuine hello. We're not actually connecting. How to connect. I'm a connection artist. Oh, dude. Girl just messaged me. Different girl, not my girl. But maybe my girl. As of last night, she's my girl. Energetically, she's my girl. But one day, maybe she'll be sitting here and I'll be like, I told this audience that you were my girl. And she'll be like, really? And I'll tell her the story. And you guys, maybe you'll be there. Cali Pack, maybe you'll be there when you see this girl. It's just like, girls know. I didn't know because girls know, but they don't signal right away. They may have a little body. If you know how to read body language, they may give some signals, but an intuition in me, a subconscious thought in me knew that she had picked me. But she was shy, as she should be, a little reserved, and didn't just like give it all away. Now, 2 parties, she's worked for us. I see that she can't even hide the signals anymore if she tried. I don't think she's trying anymore, though. I think she's intentionally giving the signals now. And we just move. I move slow. You know why? Because I don't need to move fast. I'm too busy. And I got 3 girls anyway. So I'm fine. But I think she's got potential. And that's a beautiful thing. To have the confidence, the certainty, the game, and to be legitimately so busy with life, succeeding. I got to get to these messages, guys. There's a bunch of messages coming. Okay, so what do you have to look forward to? We have sales training coming up. When you see AZD Seduction, you should know that he's so good at sales that he just doesn't get into sales. There was a guy here presenting to us how we should start an insurance company and everybody can sell and make $1 million a year and blah, blah, blah. And I'm looking at him like, yeah, I know, but I don't want to. I don't need to. For me, making $9,000, $10,000 a month is fine right now. As everybody else in IMC Nation makes $1 million, I'm going to make a lot more because I have, guys, Cali Pack, listen, I was more committed than anybody. Guerrero, Oracle wasn't even around. Brian Casella, Jordan Amari, Rick Lamoy, Prophet, Miracle J. There was nobody around more dedicated than me. Akash, Fernando, Sultan. I was the most dedicated. It's harder to see that now because I'm the guy that's like selling all the programs. I can't lose that dedication or I'll lose my post. So you don't know. But I was the most dedicated. That's why I got the position I am. And the position I am is right-hand man to AZD. So that way, when everyone at IMC is making $1 million, I'm the guy still selling all the camps to them. That's my role. I don't need to become an insurance salesman or whatever salesman to make a lot of money so I can pay for AZD trainings. I already committed beyond what anybody's did. I was willing to give up everything, and I gave up everything except my car, my laptop, my cell phone. But I was willing to give up everything. I was willing to give up my family. Here's the thing, because my fulfillment with game and what game can provide with communication skills is more than what my family can provide. And if they're willing to burn the bridge with me because I was going to go this way, so be it. I'd always honor them and love and cherish and be grateful for them. Thankfully, thank God, they still support my visions. So now I will always protect them. And as my success, I'll always shower that onto them. And I'm just getting started with it. But I was willing to burn the bridge with grandpa, mom, dad, sister, girlfriend, of course, everybody, professors, coaches, everybody. And I demonstrated it. So that's why I have this post. Oh, your video's on now. Oh, I thought it was your picture. You were so stoic, just like this. I thought it was a photo of you. So the sales training is happening next weekend. It starts, it's two lectures a day, a weekend, so Saturday and Sunday, an hour, AZD going over scripts with you, going over the mentality, the mindset of branding yourself, imagination, how to transfer your fantasy to the person. These are things I've learned a lot of what he's taught before, and that's why I do what I do. And it goes a little misunderstood because it's also sprinkled with my own personality, which is very aggressive, very militant, and just not nice. And, you know, my dad was not a likable guy, but he was successful in the military. But you don't have to be likable in the military. You just got to follow the rules better than anybody. And that's what he did, you know? And so that's very exciting. I'm sure I'll give more details in the upcoming, but think about that. If you're looking to get into business for yourself and make money, I succeeded in the yoga industry, which was a very rare thing for a guy to do as an inexperienced guy, as a young guy, as a macho alpha guy, or, you know, just compare. I mean, maybe I was beta 5 years ago, but compared to the guys in yoga world, I was hella alpha. They're all just so weak and beta. So being a very outcast guy coming up, nobody knowing me, I made it. I made it full time. I was on circuit. I was getting invited back to places. I was starting to look abroad in Sweden and Switzerland, whatever, for yoga gigs. Like, I did that just with AZD Communication Tech. I was good at yoga, but a lot of guys are good at what they do. They're just not good at sales and communication and branding themselves. That's what AZD will be teaching this weekend. Guys on TikTok or YouTube or whatever, if you're interested, reach out to me. You know how to get a hold of me, email or DM or whatever, about the sales training starting this weekend with the top player. The guy who has 7 super fine girlfriends, 3 or 4 other girls on the side, doesn't live with any of them, lives with us as a bachelor, 47 years old, heavily tattooed, doesn't shower anybody with money. He's just doing it with game. That guy is going to be teaching sales, and he's very, very good at it. And so just DM me to get a part of that. All right, everybody, thank you for attending. I'll